Welcome to the beautiful city of Sligo here in Northwest Ireland, friends. I am currently here with the tourism board of Sligo with some fellow creators, and for the next 3 days we will be exploring everything this amazing county has to offer. So right now we are in the city center of Sligo itself. This city has a population of about 22,000 people, and then the county itself has about 70,000. What Sligo is definitely most known for is its incredible landscape. There's some very beautiful mountains, open plains. It really is a great place for like sports and adventures, but of course there's also a very rich cultural history and a great food scene. And as I was kind of saying about Donegal in my past video, is that this part of Ireland is still, I would say from experience so far, relatively untouched, where there isn't a crazy amount of tourists. You really get the local spirit, and it is such a great place to visit. So in today's video, I will be giving you the highlights of some of the most amazing things to see here. And if you are interested in doing a tour similar to what we are doing today, I'm going to have one linked down below.
So welcome to Sligo, friends, a vibrant coastal city in the northwest of Ireland, often called the gateway to the wild Atlantic way. But not only that, Sligo is also a lively modern hub known for its excellent restaurants, like this lovely place called Hooked that we went to right downtown, cozy pubs, bustling shopping streets, and a thriving live music scene. At the heart of Sligo stands the remarkable Sligo Abbey, founded by the Dominican order in 1253. Although parts of it were damaged by the fire and war over the centuries, much of the abbey still remains. Visitors can walk through its incredible walls, view intricately carved Gothic and Renaissance tombs, and see Ireland's only surviving 15th century sculpted high altar. The ruins feel almost frozen in time, offering a hauntingly beautiful glimpse into the city's medieval past. But Sligo isn't just about history. It's a place that inspired one of Ireland's greatest literary figures, William Butler Yeats. Yeats spent much of his childhood here, captivated by the myths, legends, and rugged scenery of the county Sligo. And nowhere is that connection stronger than Ben Bulben Mountain, the massive flat-topped limestone formation that dominates the skyline just north of the city. Yeats often described Ben Bulben in his poems, weaving it into the Irish mythology and using it as a symbol of timeless strength. In his famous poem Under Ben Bulben, he even gave instructions for his own burial. True to his words, you can visit Yeats' graveyard today in Drumcliff Churchyard at the foot of the mountain. His simple headstone bears the iconic inscription, "Cast a cold eye on life, on death, horsemen pass by." Sligo offers more than just a visit to tourists. It offers an experience of Ireland's soul, where poetry, myth, and landscape live side by side.
I am so excited for this next experience that we're about to do, guys. We are here at the Atlantic Sheepdogs Farm, where they have a herd of, I think, like 1,700 sheep or something, and these incredible border collies that are like award-winning, sheep herding dogs. So today we get to watch a demonstration of their incredible work, and then I hope we'll get to see the sheep up close.
Hop, hop, hop. Right down.
Ooh. So after a lovely show at the Atlantic Sheepdogs, we ended up going to one of the best cafes that I tried in Ireland, would highly recommend going here, and that is the Pink Clover. Not only is the cafe itself super cute, but their bakery goods were out of this world. Never in my life have I had a scone that was this delicious with real clotted cream and raspberry jam. And after that, we headed to our next destination, which was a very unique Sligo experience, which was at an oyster farm. So just outside of Sligo City is Sligo Bay, with its sheltered waters, mineral-rich currents, and dramatic backdrop of Ben Bulben Mountain. It really does provide the perfect condition for producing some of Ireland's finest oysters. The tour begins with a walk along the tidal shore, but unfortunately, in our case, it was actually quite rainy and windy. We got absolutely soaked. So we did get there eventually, and we learned all about how young oysters called spat are placed into these mesh bags and grown slowly over several years, allowing them to absorb the unique flavors of the Atlantic. The weather here in Ireland will never cease to amaze me, how it literally went from like a full-blown rain and windstorm to completely calm, as well as a rainbow. Wild. And look at this beautiful setup that we have here. I believe we are going to have some fresh oysters with wine.
And then that one is chipotle, is that how you say it? Yeah. And we have a whiskey flavour over there, hot sauce. Oh.
Alright guys, the moment of truth. I will say, like, I'm not the biggest fan of oysters, but I have heard that the Irish oysters are very good, and they're huge. They're so much bigger than I expected. Alright. Very fresh.
Yeah, perfect.
Very salty. And somehow it feels like a little bit of a different texture than I've had, but then once again, I don't really eat oysters on the regular, but it was pretty good. So as a special local treat, we are here in the small town of Gorteen, I believe it is. Like, I don't think there's even like 100 people in this little town here in Sligo County. And we are at the Dapper Duck, which is supposed to have some fantastic live music and some good food. So let's go check it out. So a new Irish bar means a new Irish beer to try, and this is quite different than what I usually get. Usually I don't get like red ales, is what he said this was, but it came highly recommended, so let's give it a try.
The business owners seem to care a lot, like in the...
Their business.
That is actually quite nice.
It is true.
Definitely not as hoppy as like an IPA, but definitely like a full flavor, so I would recommend.
The harp he loved never sang again, for he tore its chords asunder, and said, no chain shall sully thee, thou soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for the pure and free, they shall never sound in slavery.
I am waking up in a castle, guys. To be frank, it's a Georgian manor, but it's basically the same and it is incredible. I am in this absolutely enormous bed, which I slept so good last night, and it's also so nice and quiet here. We are literally in the Irish countryside. Look at that view. And this room is just beautiful. It has two fireplaces. There's a fireplace in the bedroom, and then there's a fireplace in the bathroom, which is also enormous. It's so beautiful. Antique furniture, just gorgeous. So we are staying at this private Georgian manor called Temple House, and I believe it's been in the family since 1665, if I'm not mistaken. And it is just absolutely stunning. There's even an echo here in the washroom. And like I said, there is a fireplace in the washroom as you lay in your soaker tub. It is absolutely enormous. And I think there's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 private rooms. So all of us had our own rooms. I know a lot of people like to rent this place out, you know, for weddings or special events. Absolutely stunning. No, I said the pepper. This is by far, I think, the biggest table that I have ever seen in real life. Would you say so, Ian?
I've never seen anything like this.
Right?
In the movies, maybe.
But I see why people have weddings here, because like if you have a party of like 20, 30 people, then there's not many places that are private residences that have something like this. Amazing.
We've got some rhubarb coming as well.
Ooh.
That's fresh bread, and that's homemade granola.
Oh, that looks amazing.
From the wall garden.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. So guys, today I am doing something very unique where I am going to have a seaweed bath, and the benefits to your skin and I think also your immune system, they were saying, are really incredible. So what you're supposed to do is first go in the steam room for a few minutes and then just soak in this bathtub of seaweed for basically like 40 minutes. So let's see how it goes. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so slimy. Oh, you're like slip sliding in here. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let's get situated. Okay, so first impressions is that it is actually quite moisturizing. Like I can literally feel, you know, the slightly slimy parts off of the seaweed kind of like coating my skin, and it feels really nice. It feels really nice, and it actually smells really good in here too. So, you know, very, very relaxing. I can also say now after the fact, I slept like a baby that night. But moving on to the rest of our afternoon, we had a lovely time walking around Strand Hill Beach, which is actually quite popular for surfing. Lunch was also right in the area at a lovely restaurant called Honestly. They sourced most of their ingredients as locally as possible, and everything was super delicious. We then moved on to a brewery tour of a fabulous Sligo brand called White Hague Brewing Company. We got to learn all about their production process and also try some really innovative brews like their Black Boar Stout, which I swear is the richest beer that I have ever tasted. From there we headed out to the popular Queen Maeve Nature Trail, which is just a 10-minute drive from Strand Hill. The nature here is honestly spectacular, and I would highly recommend doing some trekking while you're in the area. 100%, guys. This is some of the most incredible nature that I have ever been in. So a very big thank you to the Sligo Tourism Board for bringing us out here. We had such an incredible time, and they picked such great activities for all of us to do. So if you are coming to Ireland, I highly recommend visiting this region of the country. It is absolutely beautiful. There's so much to do, and you know, it's just not super touristy, which is nice. You know, you really feel like you get the local experience when you're going around. So I'll put links in the description, not only of Sligo Tourism, because they have lots of great resources on their website, but I will also put a link to a tour that does some very similar stops to what we did, so that if you come here, you know, you also have that option as well. But as always, I am sending you guys so much love. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.